As you will know, Truefire sponsored this channel, but I wanted to just shout out that at the moment they're doing their best deal that they ever do, and a bit better. The All Access membership available for $79. All Access membership lasts a year. Basically, you can dip in and out of all of their courses on there. Amazing players like Robin Ford, Andy Timmons, Tim Miller, etc, etc. Check out the link in the description if you're interested. I think there is this idea out there, and I for sure do feel this quite a lot of the time, that sometimes like gear is maybe something that distracts us from things that would make us a better player, or from actually practicing, right? If you're scrolling eBay, like sometimes, I did it last night. Anyway, but there is one pedal out there that I think can make you a better player. It's a loop pedal. I've got just a straightforward ditto looper. I don't think you need to go crazy with this looping stuff. Like, I just think a simple looper is a really decent practice tool. In this video, I wanted to talk about some of that. I think it has turned into its own thing, which some people find a little bit annoying. Like, if you do go to a gig and see a full kind of looping thing, myself and Jake, my buddy Jake, we actually went to the O2 to see Jacob Collier playing, and just before we got there, we were having a macaroni cheese in the food hall, and we heard a guy start this like medley, and started it with a loop pedal, and before we knew it, he kind of done this really cool loop medley of like 90s dance tunes like Insomnia and and it was really cool. I think looping performances can be one of those things that I don't know, maybe some people really find them annoying, but at least at home I think a loop pedal is a great tool. For one thing, it can help you to kind of work on timing, and timing of another thing outside of the guitar, you know, so like changing the switch. So that can be a thing that people struggle with, but I think if you can get the hang of it, it's a really good tool. It's endlessly inspiring, you know, playing with a loop pedal. If you're just playing like a progression, it's a really good practice tool. So instead of playing through a whole song, you can concentrate on like the bit that you're having trouble with. What else can it do really well? It can teach you, I think, the important parts of like guitar parts, like writing guitar parts and layering them, kind of thinking about the guitar as like a whole instrument instead of, you know, just one part at a time. You think about your higher sort of plinky stuff, you can think about your bass line, you can think about the chords that are happening in the middle. There's lots of stuff you can do with a loop pedal. I think for me, if I was stuck with just one pedal, you know, not having to worry about performance or anything ever like that, but something that would kind of provide inspiration, I could just plug in with a loop pedal and have quite a lot of fun. Let me know if your thoughts in the comments on the loop pedal and your favourite versions of them. For me, the Ditto is the perfect thing that kind of gets plenty of functionality without me getting confused about what it is that it's doing, if that makes sense. There are more complicated loop pedals out there. Leave your favourites in the comments if you've got any of them. But for me, I kind of like to think of it as, you know, like a simple thing. With looping, it's always the first thing that you do that is the most important. So the perfect loop doesn't really exist. So get used to throwing it away, but let's just see where we get to. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Try not to change anything, even in like the way you're playing. Play over the catch, you know. And then, when you're happy with that, then start moving on. It's really good practice to play without a click in this way too. More important than all that other junk is just trying to work on the fundamentals of being able to execute this first part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to get that stuff feeling good and kind of grooving. 3, 4. Don't forget to stop playing and start listening when you're kind of looping, and that's kind of my best advice in terms of if you want to get better at looping. Stop playing, start listening. And you know, when you start a loop, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. You're trying to make that seamless as possible. You only really get better at that by throwing it away. Again, don't forget, stop playing, start listening. Try and figure out, is that working or not? Some advice.